Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn particle physics. Today, Chien, Shiung, Wu's broken mirror, and after we've done that, we're gonna do standing yoga with standing yoga. And if you participate in the standing yoga, then it's a bit young. We had already in part 1 that she was born in 1912 in China, went over to the United States in 1936 to do her PhD, and she didn't return to China, and she was doing work about the mirror symmetry. So the problem is, if in one room all the atoms are set up and in another room exactly all the same set up, the strong nuclear force reacts the same way and also the electromagnetism works the same way, but for some reason the weak nuclear force does not react the same way. And that is strange. Why should not all these atoms react the same way? Yes, I wanted to tell two things. These three things, so combined with that one. So the first thing I wanted to say is, I once did a bit of research in making letters, randomized letters with programming languages, and it wasn't written. No, it wasn't. I don't know what it was. It wasn't written that it doesn't really work as security because inside of these codecs and these Python codecs or whatever in C#, there is written in how the randomization should be done. So if someone knows what type of codec was used, it is not completely randomized. There is somewhere a mathematical formula how that is done. I don't know if it's true for everything because since then I learned a bit more about math, and I think there are things to be done, but it is impossible to find it out, even if there is a setup rule how these randomized characters should be generated. No, whatever. And the second thing is that there is this room with one room and the second room, and we both have the exact same setup, and we should now decay, and all these atoms should behave exactly the same in both rooms, like a mirrored. But we don't do it. The weak nuclear force does not do the same. They are having different decaying or whatever. There's different thing happening. Now this was the thing for people who philosophizing about whether life is determined or not. Maybe they could dig a bit deeper into that subject. Why are atoms not behaving the same, even if they're completely set up the same regarding to the weak nuclear force? Now, in 1956, Chien designed and built an experiment at the U.S. National Bureau of Standards in Maryland to test Lee and Young's idea by looking at the reactions in which cooled cobalt-60 atoms trapped in a magnetic field emitted beta decay products. Beta decay was a neutron. Beta minus decay. Beta plus decay. Whatever. Beta minus is a neutron decaying into proton and an electron, and the beta plus decay is the other way around. Transported into neutrons, whatever. There's a neutron that becomes an electron or whatever. Now what Shiung, Lee and Yang Chen Ning showed that party symmetry was it called with the two rooms of them. Party symmetry was valid for interactions involving electromagnetism and strong nuclear force, but they found no evidence for it holding in interactions involving the weak nuclear force. So, Shiung Wu designed and built an experiment in Maryland by looking at the logic to test this idea that the weak nuclear force is not the same working by looking at the directions in which cooled cobalt-60 atoms trapped in a magnetic field emitted beta decay products. Okay, she had taken cobalt-60 atoms, so some type of stuff, some elements, cobalt-60 atoms, and they were cooled down, and inside of a magnetic field, whatever works, between two magnets, whatever, there were cobalt-60 atoms in it, and they were decaying. They were electrons, and they became to one neutron and one proton. One neutron becomes a proton and an electron. And she was looking in what directions they were decaying. Now I don't know if these directions are now actually space, maybe in the space way, or just into the direction do we become beta minus or beta plus decay, whatever. She was looking how we were decaying to test this theory that it is not behaving the same regarding to the weak nuclear force, even if they are in party symmetry, so set up exactly the same in two rooms. Sure enough, she found an asymmetry. Party symmetry was broken by the weak interaction. And she found out, yes, what Song Dao, Lee and Yang Sheng Ning said was right. The weak nuclear force doesn't work the same, even if all is set up the same. But what is that to do with the unknown fourth particle, with the fourth neutrino which can't be found? maybe it does not exist, but what if it's just something which is so far unseen? This had huge ramifications for explaining how the weak force worked. I don't know what ramifications are. And proved the first window on other broken symmetries within what became the standard model, including the CP symmetry violating that might explain the matter dominates over antimatter. Oh. Okay, why the matter dominates over antimatter in the universe? Okay, this huge ramification. So, for explaining how the weak force worked, whatever, they found something about it. The weak force doesn't work partially symmetrically. That was a first insight. Therefore, that symmetries are broken. So symmetries, I didn't really understand it. And that's the problem why we're stuck with our biographiology part for 2 Aminova and to quartology about Helmut Weyl about Aminova. Because I want to say in these videos what is meant with the symmetries with Aminova found out how they could be calculated. But I don't really understand what the symmetries are. They explain something of, if there's a puck lying on ice and if no one does anything, the puck just keeps lying there. I don't understand. Or whatever these things are called. And it proved the first insight on other broken symmetries, so that other things are also not symmetrical in the universe everywhere. Within the standard model, including the CP symmetry violating that might explain why matter dominates. Whatever, there's somewhere the CP symmetry that explains why we're. I don't know. It was written in that book yet. Whatever, we had it someplace that we are 66% or something. But it was, I don't think it was exactly 2/3 when I would have noticed it. Whatever, there's double as much. Matter as antimatter. Maybe it wasn't space height. Or astrophysics. Whatever. There's more matter than antimatter. This page 46, we will have more 2 CP violations. This breakthrough led to Lee and Yang Sheng the 57 Nobel Prize for Physics, while Wu got nothing. She went on to do much more seminal work, I don't know what seminal work is, based at Columbia University in New York. Makes sense, but becoming a fierce critic both of gender discrimination in science and the repressive policies of the Chinese government. She died in New York City in 1997, aged 84. Okay, the Columbia University is in New York. Columbia. Okay. What did we end? What was the last things? This breakthrough led to Li and Yang Sheng the 1957 Nobel Prize for Physics. Sung Dao Li and Yang Sheng Ning showed that party symmetry was valid for interactions involving electromagnetism and strong nuclear force, but not for weak nuclear force. And Chien Wu's made also an experiment proving it. And Sung Dao Li and Yang Sheng Ning won the Nobel Prize in 1957, and the Columbia University in New York. Okay, we have Chien Wu's broken mirror. That means that it was. I always like to say that again, but it was. What was it? Well, it was with the party symmetry, but in both rooms at the other side or whatever, same set of atoms, electromagnetism. Electromagnetism and strong nuclear force were the same, but not weak nuclear force. And she was making an experiment in 1956, building such a room with covered 60 atoms that were cooled and trapped inside of the electromagnetism, whatever force. And she observed how they were decaying, and they weren't doing it properly regarding to the weak nuclear force. And that was another proof, or the proof, that was not symmetrical and opened inside. That other things in the universe are also not symmetrical, also something with whatever CP violation, which has something to do with there is more matter in the universe than antimatter. It was a particle physics one. If you were here for particle physics, you will go directly to the next part of particle physics. We will do now the standing yoga. If you participate in the standing yoga, then sweat the arm risk. Breathe in the outside. Breathe out the arms down. And in the arms up. Hold the arms down. In the arms up. Hold up to the side. In and up. We're going to do a bit power yoga. Hold up to the side. In and up. In space between the toes, out to the side. In and up. Out, sink down. In and up. Out up to the other side. In and up. Out, sink down. In and up. Out, lean onto the knees. Breathe in. Out, head of the back. In into the middle. Out, the belly of the back. In the middle. Out, head of the back. In into the middle. Out, the belly of the back. Into the middle. Out, come with the round back up, make it to top of the backward shoulder. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Lift out, up onto the side. Breathe in, the arms up. Out, the arms over the sides, down, down into the chair. Breathe in, come halfway up. High up. And out and come up. Breathe in, reach high. Breathe out, up to the side. In and up. Out to the arms over the sides, down. Breathe in, come halfway up. High up. And out and we're coming up. Breathe in, come up on the tiptoes. Breathe out, sink down. In and up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down, diving dive. The arms over sides, down and down, down, feet are together. Breathe in, bend your right knee. Breathe out, stretch your left leg. In, change. Out, stretch your right leg. In, change. Out, stretch your left leg. In, change. Out, stretch your right leg. In. Out, block legs back. Breathe in at the right and up to the sky. Breathe out, bend the left knee, look over the right shoulder to the right hand. Breathe in, the arm in. Out and down. Breathe in, left hand up. Breathe out, bend the right knee, look over left shoulder to left hand. In and out and down with the hand. Make a hand of space between the feet. Shift the weight to the heels. Breathe in and come down. Out, come up. In and down. Out and down. Up. Last side, in and down. Out and up. Take hold on the elbows and gently rock from side to side. Again, down with the hands, close to the feet. Breathe in, straight back, halfway up, monkey. Half left. Breathe in and down. And out. Now breathe in and come into monkey up. And out and down. Breathe in and come up. Up diving swan. Hands together. Hands down to heart center. Toss the body to the outside, all in space between the heels. Breathe in with the arms up. And breathe out and go down. Elbows against the inside of the knees. Breathe in, straighten up. And out, come in one straight line upwards. Tuck the pelvis in and come curve the heads first up. Breathe out. Breathing in the arms up. Out and down. Breathe in, straight off the back. And out, come in one straight line up. Breathe in the hands up. Out and down. And one last time. Breathe in, straighten up. And out, tuck the pelvis in and come with the crown of the head first up. Hands down. And now you can do a diver, but the diver can go onto the back. Legs wide apart, breathe in. Out, lean in front of the straight back out up to the side. You can go onto the back, make a round back. Cover the crown of the head first up. And again, breathe in. And out, lean in front. Make a round back. Cover the crown of the head first up. One more time, this can go onto the back. Breathe in. Out, lean in front. Straight back. Round back. Cover the crown of the head first up. Now the fly. Palms together, elbows together, breathe in and lift the hands up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down. Palms together, breathe in. And out, stretch in front, bring your hand down. In and up. Out and down. In and up. Out and down. Legs shoulder apart, intertwine the fingers behind the head. Bring the hands over to one side, tall up, shoulders back, breathe in. Out, head over to one side, to the side of the hands. Bring the chin down to the clavicle. Pull the arm and lift the shoulder down, breathe out. Breathe in, lift the head over to the other side, hands over to the other side, tall up, shoulders back, breathe in. Out, chin onto the clavicle, pull the arm and lift the shoulder down. Breathe in, lift the gaze, turn it back. The feet are standing together, breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, lean back, draw the shoulder blades together. Breathe in and up, over across the arms, between the fingers, reach high. Breathe out, reach in front. Breathe in up. Out and back. In and up, over across it, reach high. Breathe out, reach in front, out of the back. In and up. Outly make with long arms. In and up. Out and down with your arms. In and up with your arms. Out and down with your arms. And the last time, within the arms up. Bring the hands to touch and now the hands down to heart center. It was a fast and short, power. I thank you very much and until next time.